Let us start NCRT based lines, practice questions from breathing and exchange of gases. The process of exchange of oxygen from the atmosphere with carbon dioxide produced by the cells is called cellular respiration, breathing, ventilation, perfusion. Breathing. The harmful gas produced by catabolic reaction in our body is oxygen, carbon dioxide, phosphine, ozone. Carbon dioxide. Oxygen is utilized by the organisms to dash break down the nutrient molecules like glucose and to derive energy for performing various activities directly, indirectly, incompletely, any of this. Indirectly. Mechanism of breathing vary among different group of animals depending mainly on their habitats, level of organization, both habitats and level of organization, none of these, both level of organization and habitats. Next. In which of the following gases exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs through the entire body surface? Sponges, flatworms, or platyhelminthes, cylindrates, all of these. All of these. Select the total number of organisms from the following which respire through their body surface. Cycon, Spongilla, Adamsia, Taenia, Laccifer, Pila, Antendon, Gorgonia, jellyfish. Here your first year knowledge is going to helpful. Cycon, Spongilla, both belongs to phylum Porifera. Adamsia, sea anemone, belongs to Cylindrata. Taenia belongs to Platyhelminthes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Laccifer is a lac insect. Insect means trachea, right? Then Pila, it is going to be mollusca. Antendon, it is starfish. Antendon, sea lilies. Gorgonia, sea fan. Jellyfish, Arulia. So Gorgonia and jellyfish, here are the two, right? And Cycon, Spongilla, Adamsia, Taenia. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the answer is C. In which of the following skin serves as an accessory organ of respiration? Rabbit, frog, lizards, and birds. Frog. Next, match the following. Earthworm. Earthworm. Moist cuticle. Right? Then aquatic arthropods and mollusks. Earthworm. Moist cuticle. Aquatic arthropods and mollusks. Gills. Insects. Tracheal tubes. Birds, reptiles, and mammals. Lungs. Fishes. Gills. Fishes, gills. Therefore, the correct option is going to be right. Earthworm is 4. B is 3, right? C is 2. C is 2, right? B and E are 3. C is 2. D is 1. So which option is going to be suit here? B. Next. Amphibians. Examples: frogs respired through moist skin, lungs, buccopharyngeal cavity. All of these. Answer is all of these. The adult frog does not respire through buccopharyngeal cavity, gills, skin, lungs. Adult frog does not respire through buccopharyngeal cavity, gills, skin, lungs. The option is gills. The option is gills. Next, which is the correct sequence of the air passage in man? Nasal cavity, pharynx, trachea. No, this is wrong. Pharynx, trachea. Nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli. Yes, of course. Nasal cavity, larynx, pharynx. No. Nasal cavity, larynx, bronchi, pharynx. No. So the correct option is nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, alveoli. In mammals, voice is produced by bronchus, syrinx, larynx, inhalation, and exhalation. So in mammals, voice is produced by larynx. Therefore, it is called sound box or voice box. Vocal cords occurs in pharynx, larynx, glottis, branchial tube. In larynx, trachea divides into right and left primary bronchi at the thoracic vertebrae. At which thoracic vertebrae? Fourth thoracic vertebrae, fifth thoracic, sixth thoracic, ninth thoracic vertebrae. Option is fifth thoracic vertebrae. Opening of larynx into pharynx. Opening of larynx into pharynx is guarded by epiglottis. Glottis is a passage for food, air, both A and B, and none of these. Glottis is a passage for air. 16th one, B. Pharynx is a common passage for food and air, whereas glottis is a passage for air. Right. Glottis is an opening in the floor of mouth, trachea, pharynx, diaphragm. Pharynx. The lungs are protected with the help of ribs, vertebral column, sternum, all of these. Ribs on the lateral side, vertebral column on the dorsal side, sternum on the ventral side. Therefore, all of these. Which one has the smallest diameter? Right bronchus, left bronchus, secondary bronchiole, respiratory bronchiole. Right? So respiratory bronchiole is a very short one. So it has the smallest diameter. Smallest diameter. Lining of trachea is made up of simple squamous epithelium, simple cuboidal epithelium, pseudostratified epithelium, stratified cuboidal epithelium. right? Pseudostratified epithelium. Next. Each terminal bronchioles gives rise to a number of very thin, irregular walled and vascularized bag-like structures called alveoli, respiratory bronchioles, pleura, follicles. You should keep these in the mind. Vascularized bag. And vascularized bag means alveoli. Vascularized structure, gills. So the option is A, that is alveoli. Epiglottis is made up of fibrous cartilage, hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, calcified cartilage. Epiglottis E for E, elastic cartilage. Covering of lungs is called perichondrium, pleural membrane, pericardium, peritoneum. So perichondrium is cartilage. Pleural membrane is lungs. Pleural membranes is lungs. Right. Read the following statements. It is a double layered and covers the lungs. Outer layer is in contact with thoracic wall. Fluid is present between these layers. Inner layer is in contact with lungs. The above features refers to pericardium, peritoneum, perichondrium, pleura. So it is talking about the features belong to pleura. The part starting with external nostrils up to the terminal bronchioles. I said many times, right? The part starting with the external nostrils up to the terminal bronchioles constitute the respiratory part of respiratory system, exchange part of respiratory system, expiratory part, conducting part of respiratory system. So the correct option is conducting part of respiratory system. Respiratory or exchange part of respiratory system consists of all bronchi, all bronchioles, all bronchi and terminal bronchioles, alveoli and their ducts. Alveoli and their ducts. Right? Alveoli and their ducts. Respiratory or exchange part of respiratory system consists of alveoli and their ducts. Sites of gases exchange in lungs are alveoli, bronchi, bronchioles, pleura. That is alveoli. Pleura is a double membrane sac which envelops kidney, brain, lungs, nasal passage. That is lungs. Next. Which of the following are functions of conducting part of respiratory system? Removal of foreign particles from incoming air, humidifies incoming air, bring the temperature of incoming air to the body temperature, all the above. Dash is the site of actual diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide between the blood and atmospheric air is all bronchi, all bronchioles, all bronchi and terminal bronchioles, alveoli and their ducts. So the option is D, alveoli and their ducts, alveoli and their ducts. Even when air being absent, the human trachea does not collapse due to the presence of bony rings, turgid pressure, chitinous rings, cartilaginous rings. Cartilaginous rings. Hyaline cartilage. Cartilaginous rings. The chamber formed dorsally by vertebral column, ventrally by sternum, laterally by ribs, and on the lower side by dome-shaped diaphragm is abdominal chamber, cranial chamber, pelvic chamber, thoracic chamber. That is thoracic chamber. Right. Select the incorrect statement from the following. Pleural fluid reduces frictions on the lung surface. Yes, it is correct. The anatomical setup of lungs in thorax is such that any change in the volume of the thoracic cavity will be reflected in the lungs or pulmonary cavity. Such an arrangement is essential for breathing as we cannot directly alter the pulmonary volume. The trachea, primary, secondary, and tertiary bronchi and initial bronchioles are supported by complete cartilaginous rings. It's not complete, incomplete, right? During swallowing, the glottis can be covered by a thin, elastic, cartilaginous flap-like structure called epiglottis to prevent the entry of food into larynx. Yes, it is true. Therefore, option C is incorrect. Option C is incorrect. Next, during inspiration, diaphragm and external intercostal muscles relax. Diaphragm and internal intercostal muscles relax. Diaphragm and external intercostal muscles contract. Diaphragm and internal intercostal muscles contract. Diaphragm and external intercostal muscles contract. During inspiration, the diaphragm becomes. During inspiration, the diaphragm relaxes. No, it contracts. Relaxes to become dome-shaped, contracts and flattens, expands, shows no change, contracts and flattens. Expiration involves relaxation of diaphragm and intercostal muscles, contraction of diaphragm and intercostal muscles, contraction of diaphragm muscles, contraction of intercostal muscles, relaxation of diaphragm and intercostal muscles. Next, which two of these following changes usually tend to occur in the plain dwellers when they move to higher altitudes, that is 3,500 meters or more? Increase in blood size, increase in red blood cell production, increase in breathing rate, increase in thrombocyte count. Which of the following changes takes place usually tend to occur in the plain dwellers when they move to the higher altitude, that is how much? 3,500 meters. So increase in red blood size. Okay, so it is wrong. Increase in the red blood cell production, of course it is correct. Increase in breathing rate, yes, increase in breathing rate. Increase in thrombocyte, that is platelet count, no. So the option is both 2 and 3. Right. In alveolar air, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 40 mm of Hg, 44 mm of Hg, 46 mm of Hg, 42 mm of He, 40 mm of Hg. Arrange the following steps of respiration properly. Breathing and pulmonary ventilation, by which atmospheric air is drawn in, carbon dioxide rich alveolar air is released out. Yes, first it's going to happen. Diffusion of gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide across alveolar membrane. Yes, second thing. Transport of gases by the blood. Yes, of course. Diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide between blood and tissues. Yes. Utilization of oxygen by the cells for catabolic reaction and resultant release of carbon dioxide. So they are in sequence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expiratory muscles contract. Expiratory muscles contract at the time of deep inspiration, normal inspiration and expiration, forceful expiration, muscular expansion of lungs. That is forceful expiration. Which of the following statement is correct? Inspiration is an active process. Yes, inspiration is an active process. Inspiration is an active process. Right. Expiration is a passive process. We know that. Both expiration and inspiration. So option A is correct. Gaseous exchange occurs between, where the gaseous exchange between blood and alveolar air across the respiratory membrane occurs by osmosis, diffusion, active transport, phagocytosis, diffusion. On an average, a healthy human breathes how many times per minute? 20 to 40 times, 70 to 75, 3 to 5, 12 to 16. 12 to 16, the rate of respiration per minute is 12 to 16 times. We can increase the strength of inspiration and expiration by the help of additional muscles that are present in abdomen, neck, pelvis, head. That is abdomen. Now, match the following. Tidal volume, right? Volume of air inspired and expired during normal breathing or inspiration is called tidal volume. So it could be E. Inspiratory reserve volume, additional volume of air. You should remember the keyword, additional volume of air. A person can inspire by forcible inspiration. Expiratory reserve volume, additional volume of air a person can expire by forcible expiration. Residual volume, volume of air that always remains in the lungs is called residual volume. Volume of air even after forcible respiration. Residual volume, volume of air even after this. Inspiratory reserves capacity, right? Tidal volume, right? Total volume of air, we can say, clear. So tidal volume and inspiratory reserve volume and expiratory reserve volume is vital capacity, right? Inspiratory reserve capacity is tidal volume and inspiratory reserve volume. Total lung capacity, TV plus IRV plus ERV plus RV. That is, we can write VC plus RV. So the correct option for the question is 1 is E, 2 is B, right? So the option is second one. I mean D. Oh, Right. Next. Tidal volume. How much tidal volume? 500 ml. IRV, inspiratory reserve volume, 2500 to 3000. ERV, expiratory reserve volume, right? 1000 to 1100 ml. Residual volume, 1100 to 1200 ml. Vital capacity, 3500 to 4600. So the correct option is 1 is C, 2 is A, S, 3 is B. 3 is B. Therefore, the correct option is B. Total lung capacity is equal to, right? ERV plus TV. No, that is EC. IRV plus TV, that is IC. VC plus RV, TLC. Total lung capacity. Total lung capacity. Right. The last question. Arrange the following in an order in an increasing volume. Increasing volume. So we know that tidal volume is 500 ml. Yes. Tidal is 500. Then residual is 1100 to 1200 ml. Yes. ERV is 1000 to 1100. Inspiratory reserve volume is 2500 to 3000. So 1, 3, 2, 4. The option is what here? Inspiratory capacity is equals to, what is inspiratory capacity? ERV plus TV, IRV plus TV, VC plus RV, ERV plus TV plus RV, IRV plus TV, right? Then expiratory capacity is equal to EC, TV plus ERV. Vital capacity is equal to ERV plus TV, IRV plus TV, VC plus RV, ERV plus TV plus IRV, EV plus IRV plus EV plus TV plus IRV. Okay. So this is about few questions. We'll continue in the next video.